The substance of Christianity lies in this one sentence: love God and love your neighbor. And St. John says that if you don't love your neighbor, you are only telling a lie if you say that I love God but I don't love my neighbor.
His Lordship.
So, neighbor means not the one next door to me, but all the people I meet in society, whatever be their race, religion, caste, or creed. So, it was that helped me a lot to realize that we are one human family. And therefore, there's nobody in the human family to be excluded, unless, of course, they were criminals or something like that, where you have to be careful. But still, for all, we cannot spite them. We have to correct them. If God tolerates all this, our sins, why can't we tolerate other people who are at fault? We must always distinguish between disagreeing and being disagreeable. I may not like your opinions, but I cannot make you disagreeable.
Quite true.
You get what I mean?
Yes, I got it.
So, you are entitled to your views as much as I am entitled to my views.
Yes.
But I need not hate you or reject you totally because you don't share my views. So that is the way that God looks at all of us, no?
Yes.
He created the whole world. We believe that in the Bible.
Yes.
He made man,
Yes.
but all men are not alike. And we still see, and if we believe in Christianity and we know that we have followed this God's Son who came into this world, but not all men believe that.
Yes.
But God does not punish them and say because of that either you are blind or something like that. So similarly, we must look at that attitude of God which is of mercy and compassion, and believe when we meet people and associate with them, that we also must be compassionate and understanding. For the Christian community, I emphasize and stress it is very vital that in spite of our little differences, even in matters of theology, we should all work together. There is no message, no better message that we can give our country than the unity of the Christian community.
Exactly.
That's number one. Number two is, it is not enough to say that I am a Christian, and especially people in public life should give the example of Christian living.
Absolutely.
Today. Unfortunately, I am reluctantly compelled to say that the example of some of those outstanding men is far from an example, is far from what we expect. So we should emphasize that especially those who come into public life should lead a better life as Christians, meaning to say honesty, integrity, and ability. They have to be models and examples as much as all Christians are bound to do so. Then as far as the other communities are concerned, unity is our strength. I can quote instances in history where every moment we got divided, we got defeated. This was so with the Portuguese, this was so with the Dutch, this was so with the British, and this is so even today. When we are divided, we have not taken one step forward. And as long as we remain divided, we will remain defeated.
Yes.
And one very important thing is to study our own history and find out what has happened to us at moments we got divided.
Exactly.
And from that example, at least learn and have a sense of country and not self-interest.
Exactly.
Most of our people, including a large number of our politicians, are thinking of their own betterment, their own uprising or rising. When I say uprising, I mean they're going higher and higher, becoming richer and richer, but not what we need, and that is true patriotism.
Yeah.
Patriotism is love of country, which means love of neighbor.
Absolutely.
So that is absolutely important for us, irrespective of our religious differences, caste differences, racial differences, or whatever that be. Because today we have to realize that all those who have become citizens in this country are people who are part of the country, and we cannot segregate them
Yes.
and discriminate.
Right.
We have to treat everyone as a single unit and everyone as an equal. And the day we realize that and have that true patriotism that I have to look after my country, that day we will flourish more than any other nation in the world. And that is my message.